Hallo, ik ben Arjan en welkom terug bij Syberia. De vorige keer hebben we nogal een lang uitvoerig gesprek gehad met de rectoren van deze universiteit. En volgens mij was dat aan de linkerkant van de universiteit. Dus nu gaan we even naar de rechterkant. Want hier staat een mannetje. Geen idee wie dat is, maar daar gaan we wel even achter komen.
Excuse me. Sir, please, just a moment.
Yes, what is it? I'm not deaf, you know.
I am sorry to disturb you in your work, sir, but...
This young Mammothus primigenius is barely 40,000 years old. Fantastic, wouldn't you say, miss?
Yes. Probably.
What do you mean, probably?
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, you don't know, I see. What can I do for you, my dear child?
Even kijken, nou, dus voorstellen maar, denk ik.
To tell you the truth, I don't know very much about mammoths, and I'm not here as a student. In fact, I'm a lawyer.
It's all right. Nobody is perfect. All the same, the study of the Pleistocene period is fascinating.
I'm sure it is, but I'm sorry to say my current mission is totally monopolizing my time. Another time, maybe.
Ah, that's what they all say. But anyway, let me present myself. I am Cornelius Ponce, Emeritus Professor and Lecturer at the University of Barhochstadt. I'm proud to say that I'm head of the Department of Paleozoology at our university.
Kate Walker. Pleased to meet you. It wasn't really my intention to stop off here, but I'll confess, this university is really very impressive.
Ah, indeed. There's such a tradition of learning here, and so much knowledge, a real depth of culture, intelligence, and gray matter. I myself did my studies here and never left.
Actually, I'm here because I've been summoned by the rectors of the university.
Oh, I see. You must have made a mistake on your enrollment form.
Oh, no. I haven't come here to study. I have an important matter of inheritance to attend to. I have to find the heir.
And you hope you will find him here?
I'm not altogether sure. But you see, my train broke down coming into Barhochstadt Station.
In that case, my dear, you must come to one of my lectures. Here's a question for you. Do you know what the Proboscidean order is?
The Probo-whatian?
Ah, you see? There are gaps in your knowledge that need refreshing.
Okay, help.
I feel I've lost my way a little here. I could really do with your help.
Oh, my dear child, you've chosen your moment. I absolutely must finish off my lecture for this afternoon.
It's a lecture about mammoths?
Oh, yes and no. More specifically, it is about their migration. Do excuse me, I need to concentrate.
Okay, Hans.
To tell you the truth, I'm looking for Mr. Hans Vorarlberg. He's the sole heir of a very unusual factory. My company is in charge of negotiations for the takeover of this factory. At last word, he was living in Syberia, so as soon as my train is ready, I'll be continuing my journey eastwards.
Syberia. Ah, Syberia. But what was it you said again?
Said what?
You mentioned a name. The person you are looking for.
Vorarlberg. Hans Vorarlberg. Do you know him?
Hans Vorarlberg. How could I forget him? Such an extraordinary fellow. So inventive. We shared a passion for mammoths, you know, and we bonded over this passion. Without it, I confess, I would have had little to do with an odd, ageless retard like Hans. At the time, we were both students. Well, sort of. Put it this way. Hans had special permission to attend paleontology lectures. You see, he didn't really have the necessary qualifications. In exchange, Hans did a few odd jobs around the university.
Your Hans Vorarlberg sounds uncannily like the one I'm looking for.
I'm not sure, my dear. Hans was above all questions of money and business. Just to imagine him running a factory, perish the thought.
Can you tell me a little bit more about him?
He was always a mystery to me. He never said very much, never quite seemed to grasp what you said to him. He expressed himself instead through his incredible mechanical contraptions. His inventions, I admit, have been much appreciated by the university. The few times we really did talk, it was about his strange interest for mammoths and a doll. Some sort of doll that obsessed him.
A doll, you say?
Yes, he kept talking about it. One day he described it to me. A sort of children's toy. A miniature mammoth mounted by a mount. It appears he found it in a cave not far from his home. The event all sounds very dramatic. His account was slightly confused, but it awoke a great interest in me.
What do you mean?
To my knowledge, there is only one tribe who made figurines featuring a mouth, and that tribe is the Yukols. They live in the farthest reaches of Syberia, and for them, the dolls constituted a sacred object, illustrating one of their central legends. How such a doll made the journey from the frozen Siberian north to a cave in the French Alps is a mystery to me. Even today, it is beyond my comprehension.
Have you considered that Hans Vorarlberg was maybe making it up? You said yourself he didn't seem to have all his mental facilities intact.
No, that's impossible. Hans couldn't invent the story like that. The doll is a sacred part of the Syberia legend. He described it to me in exact detail. Syberia itself is a chimera that paleontologists of the world are very fond of pursuing.
Okay.
Arriving in Barrackstadt is an amazing experience. I've never seen such a station.
You came by train?
Yes, in a kind of clockwork train with a spring mechanism that winds down. Regularly.
You mean you drive a train? Young ladies of today never cease to amaze me.
Oh, no, I'm not the engineer. The train's engineer is actually an automaton. I am sorry, all this probably sounds very strange.
A clockwork train, driven by an automaton. I once knew a man long ago who could have invented such a train. It was he who designed the bandstand in the main square. To think that he was even capable of creating such a gadget. He was astounding, a true genius. But oddly, at the same time, he was also almost a child. It was as if his mental and physical evolution had definitively halted at the age of 10. Can you believe that?
Yes. I think I can believe that. At least I'm beginning to.
Oké, tot slot.
My train stopped in a peculiar aviary. It's very odd. A lot of bird species seem to seek harbor there.
Ornithology is far from being my favorite subject, but I must concede that the station is the pride of the university. It was initially intended for teaching purposes, but then birds started arriving from all around the world. It seems that there are still rare species breeding there and flourishing.
Are there? Can you give me an example?
I have been told about a kind of bird with peculiar habits. Let's see now, the Amazon cuckoo, that's right. But, oh, I'm so foolish, I can't remember what was so special about it. Just that its behavior is very peculiar.
The Amazon? Where's the Amazon? What is the Amazon?
I'm sorry, my dear, but one cannot learn everything in a lifetime. Specialization is the key to real knowledge. Why don't you pay a visit to our library?
Thank you very much.
Nou, dat gaan we doen. Oké.
I'll leave you in peace. I hope I haven't disturbed you too much.
Sorry? No, not at all, my dear child.
Even kijken, moeten we dan hier zijn voor de bibliotheek? Ik weet niet of we daar al geweest zijn. We hebben heel veel geleerd. In ieder geval... Oh, deze
No
is
point. It's locked.
Oké. Dan kunnen we verder deze kant op. Ik denk het wel. Deze deur. Nee, ook niet.
No point. It's locked.
Nou, dan gaan we even terug. We moeten dus dat muziekdingetje aan de voorkant repareren. Op het pleintje hier. Die klok. Die klok moeten we repareren. Dat muziekgroepje aan de voorkant van van de universiteit. We moeten ook die vogel repareren. Is dat deze deur? Zijn we daar niet al geweest? Ik weet het niet meer. Ah ja, dit is de bibliotheek. En nou is de grote vraag waar we moeten zijn. Even kijken, er zitten hier allemaal mensen.
Excuse me. Can I disturb you a second?
No.
You could be a little bit nicer about it.
Keep quiet. In case you haven't noticed, we're somewhere that requires silence and tranquility.
Waar ligt die dan? Hoek, die heb ik. Wacht even, wat is dit? Dit is een... Opvraag ergens. Oh, kijk aan. Amazon. Memories of an Expedition. Een heel verhaal over die Amazon cuckoo. Nou, als je dat wil lezen, moet je maar even pauze zetten. Ik zal er een beetje doorheen bladeren. Het is een heel uitgebreid verhaal. Maar goed, die nemen we dus mee. Mooi. En... Hier trap ik op. Dat boek ligt daar gewoon op tafel. Dat is handig. Dus even kijken, wat hebben we hier nog? Kunnen we naar achter toe? Kunnen we daar naartoe lopen? Hier naartoe. We kunnen wel deze kant op. We kunnen echt in de kast kijken. Hier is een ladder. Eens kijken. We vinden toch steeds dingen op de plekken waar we het niet verwachten. Dus zien we hier wat liggen? Nee. Nee. Nou, het lijkt er zo even niet op. Oh, hier is een boek op de kop. The Illustrated Dictionary of Plants and Mushrooms. Oké. Het gaat over de de Yangala cola. Een van de paddenstoel. Dat moeten we weten. Nou. Ik vind het prima. We nemen het gewoon mee, denk ik. Of niet? Neem het mee? Ik denk dat we het meenemen. Even kijken in onze inventaris. Kunnen we dat zo zien? Ja, die hebben we meegenomen. Nou, prima. Dan hebben we informatie over die vogel. Misschien kunnen we dan... Oh, ik doe even verkeerde dingen. Terug. Misschien kunnen we daar even mee naar het station. Kunnen we misschien nou wat dingen vinden. Dus we lopen eens even weer die kant op. We moeten die trein uiteindelijk toch aan de praat zien te krijgen. Kom op, Kate. Yes, dan gaan we er hier uit. We leggen hele afstanden af hier. Super stil in deze universiteit. Nou, wegwezen hier. Naar buiten. Barokstad University. Even kijken, zit er echt naar buiten? Ja, toch? Yes. Oké. Oh, telefoon.
Hello?
So, you got him then, this air?
Ah, it's you, Mr. Marson. Good day, and how are you, sir?
I'll feel a whole lot better when this whole business is over and the sales contract is signed. Where the hell are you?
I'm in Barkstadt.
What? What in God's name are you doing there?
It's a magnificent university town. It would appear Hans Vorarlberg once passed by here several years ago.
So if he isn't there anymore, then there's no point hanging around.
I hear what you're saying, sir, but I have good reason to believe that Hans Vorarlberg is still alive. For the time being, I'm trying to gather extra information from people who have known him.
What's your next destination?
I'm not exactly sure yet.
Doesn't sound like you know too much, Kate.
I just need a bit of time, Mr. Marson.
Yeah, well, time is what you ain't got. Keep me posted.
Een hele gezellige baas heeft ze. Ik snap totaal niet de reden voor hem om zo te schreeuwen. Ja, ik bedoel, ik snap wel dat hij geïrriteerd is dat het allemaal niet zo opschiet. Maar dan nog. Kom op, man. Doe eens een beetje relaxed. Het ziet er wel super vet uit. Het treinstation. Anders kan ik hier ook naartoe. Een prullenbak zie ik, maar het zal wel niet de bedoeling zijn. Oh, we kunnen gewoon hier naartoe. Trap af. Oké, ik ben even benieuwd of dit naartoe gaat. Ah, kijk nou. Dat is een koppel. Een of andere boot. Dat is ook nog eens een haven dus.
Hey there, on the boat.
Guten Tag, schöne Mademoiselle.
My husband say, hello young lady, you want to talk to us?
Geweldig. Oké.
My name is Kate Walker, and I'm a lawyer. I'm in charge of this train. This situation is really very new to me.
Lawyer, good job, earn lot of money.
A lot? A lot? No, I wouldn't go that far. But I can't really complain, I guess. There's worse.
Lawyer always ask a lot of money.
Can we change the subject, please? I really don't want to go down this road.
Oké.
I just met with the university rectors, and they ordered me to remove my train out of their station. I mean, it's a total joke. How do you remove a train that can't move in the first place? You don't have any ideas, do you?
We know nothing of train. You up your own creek.
Your generosity warms my heart. I have a little problem with my train. It's kind of broken. I've absolutely got to get it out of the station. Do you think you could tow it over to the wall with your barge?
Lock closed, barge blocked.
But if the locks were open, would it be okay to tow my train then?
Porke no, maar money voor dat werk.
That is possible. My husband say we help you if you give money.
Right. And how much do you want?
Cinquante.
He want $150.
$150? I don't have that much.
No money, no barge.
Let me offer you $75.
Nay, $125.
Out of the question. $100 and not a dime more.
Correct. You have barge for $100.
Great. Now, don't move. I'll be back as quick as possible with the money.
Geweldig. Oké, dus deze sleepboot kan die trein verderop slepen. Maar blijkbaar zijn ze geblokkeerd. Oké.
You must really get to see the countryside. Do you know New York at all?
We no understand.
I'm looking for a funny little man who is supposed to live in Syberia. Can you imagine that? Syberia. I expect you've already been there.
Ze vragen komen to Syberia.
Syberia? No. Too cold. Barge no break ice.
I hope my train isn't too big for your barge.
Tis okay, motorboot eerste klasse.
My husband say correct. Powerful motor.
I mean, we're not exactly very far from the winding machine, are we? It's dumb, isn't it, all this effort to go a few yards?
Put train in barge? Nay, not possible.
Have you gone down to take a look around the station yet? It's amazing. You know, it's full of exotic birds.
Mee to Moigier? Ja. Ja, met plezier.
We no leave boat. Husband is land sick.
Have you ever seen Amazon Forest Sauvignon?
Yet, never go Amazon.
Do you know if I can find some here?
Yet, you must to Amazon go.
Yeah, of course. It's not very polite of you to take advantage of my predicament. We could have done favors for each other, for free, out of solidarity.
Favor, alles buik not full. Money, ja, buik full.
Excuse me?
My husband say need money for leave. $100 not lot for fancy lady like you.
How would you know a fancy lady like me, really?
Oké, nou goed.
I'll leave you to it. I won't disturb you again.
Do svidania.
Als het goed is, dan wordt die boot geblokkeerd aan de andere kant. We moeten eens even kijken waar die blokkade zit. Kijken of we die kunnen opheffen. Want dan kan die boot verderop de trein vervolgens slepen. We moeten denk ik even door. Naar die kant. We moeten dus deze kant op. Voorbij dat water. En ik denk nog verder dan, want we moeten die blokkade opzoeken. Oh, ik hoest heel erg. Ik hoop dat ik het allemaal weet te knippen. Hier. Gesellschaft der Ostschleusen.
That looks broken.
Wat hebben we hier?
I need a key.
Een key. Hebben we een key? We hebben wel een hoek. We hebben geen key. In het paneel, daar kunnen we niks intoetsen.
That looks broken.
Oké. Ja, dat is lastig. Even kijken hoor. Hier is nog een bordje. When problemen? In case of problems, contact the following number. Wat is dat nummer onder? Wat is het? 2766-6742. Oké. Kunnen we dit gewoon bellen? ...2766... 6742. En dan bellen.
Welcome to the East Block Control Center. To start, press the number sign.
Oké, dat is het hekje toch?
If you are using the Haltenberg lock, press 1. If you are using the Morloff lock, press 2. If you are using the Koningpass lock, press 3. If you are using the Barrackstadt lock, press 4. To return to the last command, press the number sign.
Nou, dat lijkt me duidelijk. De telefoon blitst een beetje, maar goed. Nummer 4.
If you want to raise the water level, press 1. If you want to lower the water level, press 2. To return to the last command, press the number sign.
We moeten het verlagen, want het zit hier te hoog. Dus we drukken op 2.
You want to lower the water level in the Barrackstadt lock? To confirm your choice, press star. To return to the previous command, press the number sign.
Oké, sterretje.
Your request has been logged. Unfortunately, our regional technician is currently on holiday and no replacement is available. We will reply to your request within 48 hours. In case of an emergency, please operate the lock system manually. We apologize for delays to our service.
Nou, daar hebben we dus helemaal niks aan gehad, uiteindelijk. Godverdorie. Oké, dus hebben we niks aan. Dan moeten we het dus met de hand doen, maar dan hebben we de sleutel nodig. Wat we sowieso hebben, want we hebben net gepraat met die professor. En we hebben het gehad over die pop, die mammoetpop. Die hebben wij. Die zit in de trein. Dus die kan ik sowieso wel eens even ophalen. Kom, zo. Gaan we eens even kijken of we die pop kunnen laten zien aan die professor. Waar is de trein? Daar is de trein. Wat dat betreft zit het ons behoorlijk tegen. We moeten echt van allerlei dingen doen. Nou, dan moeten we maar allemaal... Wacht even, ik moet daar naartoe. Die gaat op. Yes. De mammoetpop. Die zit volgens mij in die koepel, in dat halletje. Ik ga niet met Oscar praten. Er is toch niks aan. Daar. Oh nee, hier. Kun je die meenemen? Die nemen we mee. Dat is mooi. Dan gaan we er weer uit. Zo. Nee, hier naartoe. Ik ga gewoon de verkeerde kant op. Of een beetje oriëntatie kwijt. Oké, en welke kant moet het weer uit? Deze kant. Oké. En dan gaan wij naar die professors toe, denk ik. In ieder geval naar die ene gozer toe. We moeten het hele einde afleggen hier. Kijk, het waterpeil is hier een stuk lager. We moeten toch echt die sluis even fixen. We moeten weer naar die vervelende rectoren waarschijnlijk ook. Oké. Ja, wat dat betreft hangen we hier nog wel een poosje rond op zoek naar die Hans Voorlberg. Maar ja, goed. Het is niet dat we stilstaan, dan maken we boeken wel vooruitgang. En waar zijn die rectoren ook alweer? Links, hè? Ik moet echt zo hoesten de hele tijd. Echt niet leuk meer. Hier zijn ze volgens mij. Yep. Stomme mannetjes.
Gentlemen, forgive me for disturbing you again, but I have a little problem.
A little problem, a little problem. Everyone has little problems now, you know.
They are kept to oneself, and they don't stop the world from turning.
Nor trains from leaving stations.
Oké, Sauvignon.
You wouldn't know if there is any Forest Sauvignon here in Barkstadt, would you?
Absolutely.
When he says absolutely, he means, of course, absolutely none.
What we mean, of course, is that we are absolutely positive there is no Forest Sauvignon here in Barkstadt.
Really? Are you sure? Because I read in a book that Barkstadt possesses a number of plants. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of some if possible.
Out of the question, miss.
The assistant rector means to say that our priority is for you to remove your train from our station. Your research will have to wait until your next stop.
Yes, that's right. Your train must leave the station immediately, so please refrain from wasting our time in needless visitations.
Don't forget the regulations, miss. Don't forget them. Trains should first stop, then subsequently leave. And quickly!
Oh, vervelende gasten zijn dit.
Some sailors have agreed to tow the train, but I don't have enough money to pay them. I was wondering if you could help me out. For a while. I could work for the money.
Please wait, miss. We have certain confibulations to attend to.
That is right. We must confibulate between ourselves. A collegiate decision must be taken.
I hope that we are not indisposing you in any way.
Why not?
If it helps us get rid of that train.
My word, that is a fine idea.
What do you have in mind, gentlemen?
When you arrived here, you must have noticed a splendid bandstand which honors the main university courtyard.
A unique piece of mechanical craftsmanship which no longer works, alas.
Why, yes, we have very moving memories of its melodies. We're prepared to offer you a financial reward if you can set it working again.
With pleasure. What do I have to do?
Unfortunately, my dear, time and rust have taken their toll on this university, and our automatons no longer have a spring in their step. You are going to have to be resourceful.
To tell you the truth, there are a number of complex mechanisms here in Barkstadt, and it would appear that we have unfortunately lost their operating instructions.
Your train, however, is an extremely ingenious invention, so you should be no stranger to complex mechanisms, should you? We are therefore counting on your ingenuity, miss.
I hope that I can show myself worthy of your faith in me, gentlemen.
Well, my dear colleagues, one more university matter nicely tied up.
Oké, nou.
Here we are, busy chatting, and look at the clock. It's tea time.
Already? My word, doesn't time fly by?
Thank you for a charming visit, miss.
And thank you, gentlemen.
Goed, weet ik dus niet. Ik dacht dat we die opdracht al hadden gekregen. Dat weet ik nog. Ik weet dat we namelijk die opdracht krijgen van die lijn, want ik heb natuurlijk al eens eerder gespeeld. Maar ik dacht dat we de opdracht al hadden gekregen om die bandstand te maken voor de school. Maar goed, die hebben we dus nu gekregen. Dus dan krijgen we dan geld om die lui te betalen om die boot te verslepen. Dus we zijn ietsje verder. Laten we dan nog even met die professor gaan praten en die mammoet laten zien. Waar hij het over had. Want die hebben we nu meegenomen natuurlijk. En daarna, want we zitten volgens mij weer aardig aan de tijd. Kijk, ja, hier is die. Even kijken. Zo. Dat kan ik nu aan hem laten zien, denk ik.
Do excuse me, Professor. Professor, sorry to disturb you again. Professor, I have brought you something that should be of interest to you. Look.
What have you got there, then? Let's see. An effigy of a mammoth. But this is Hans' doll, is it not? Yes, of course it is. How on earth did you... Oh, my God. It's in my hands. It exists. It really exists. Please do excuse me. I'm deeply, deeply moved.
You see? Your Hans and my Vorarlberg heir are one and the same.
This is incredible. After all these years, how can I ever thank you, my dear? Oh, I must waste no time. I'm off to my laboratory. I must study this carefully. May I borrow your treasure a moment?
Well, actually,
Don't worry, miss. I will take the greatest care of it. But I need to study it. You see, it has such importance to me that this very afternoon I shall deliver an impromptu lecture to my students about this very object. If you are interested in Hans Vorarlberg, then it is essential that you attend.
Do you think so?
Obviously. Give me your telephone number and I will call you the moment my lecture begins. I will return you your doll at the end. You have my word.
Oké, cool. Hij smeert hem. Oh, dan kunnen we naar binnen. Ah, het laboratorium. Oké, nou, hier kunnen we waarschijnlijk ook weer genoeg dingen vinden. Maar we moeten wel een punt achter zetten. We zijn een stukje verder. Ja, het gaat allemaal niet heel snel, maar ik bedoel, we komen wel steeds meer te weten over Hans Vorarlberg. Volgende keer gaan we verder. Ik wil je bedanken voor het kijken. Ik hoop dat je het leuk vond. Je duimpje omhoog is ontzettend welkom. Deel de video met iedereen en dan zie ik je graag de volgende keer weer terug. En wie weet lukt het ons dan om die trein aan de gang te krijgen of in ieder geval op te winden. We gaan het zien. Tot de volgende keer. Bye bye.